Hello everyone, I hope so that all of you are doing well. So let's start the question. So let me read this question for you. It is given that guys mod x minus 2 is greater than 3 and the quantity A is minimum possible value of mod x minus 3. Guys, this is my humble request from all of you. Please read the question very carefully. They are asking the minimum possible value. So this happens often that at the time of the exam, students are that much of the pressure and in a hurry that they read the question wrong, right? So better is that you take your time but read the question carefully, right? So here they are asking the minimum possible value. Many times it happens that we read it as the maximum possible value. So then एक कहावत है जाना था ईरान पहुंच के तुरान, right? So you have to get some answer, but as you read the wrong thing, so you are solving that way, so you got that kind of answer, right? So please read the question carefully. And similarly on the quantity B, they ask him the minimum possible value of mod x, mod x minus 1.5. So before we solve it, guys, let me repeat the concept of which we have already covered. So still I am reiterating that so that you can connect it. So guys, if it is given that guys mod x minus 2 is equal to 3, what do you mean by that? Let me reiterate like this way. Mod x minus 0 is equal to 3. That means what, guys? I told you mod is nothing but it is showing the distance with some reference point. So this one is representing that all the values of the x which are at the distance of 3 from the origin. So it is representing 3 and it is representing minus 3, because the distance of minus 3 from the origin is also 3 and the distance of 3 from the origin is also 3 units. Fine. Now similarly, if I read the previous statement, this one, in the same way, so I have replaced, if you know, I am writing it here again, x minus 0, mod x minus 0 equal to 3. I have replaced 0 with a 2. First one I was reading like, what is the distance, what are the values of the x which are at the distance of 3 from the origin. Now I have replaced 0 or origin with the 2. So I can read this one like this way. What are the points, what are the possible points on the number line for the x which distance from 2 is 3 units. So if I am reading, writing here 2, 3 units, the distance will be 3 units, right? So if I move further in the right hand side 3 units, I will reach to the 5. If I move on the left hand side and walk for 3 units, I will reach to the minus 1. So you can see that if I am putting, these are the 2 points which are fulfilling this condition. You can verify it, put that x with 5, 5 minus 2 is 3, mod 3 is 3. If I am putting minus 1 with the x with the minus 1, then it will be minus 1 and minus 2 is minus 3, mod minus 3 is also 3, so it is satisfying. Now guys, I am further changing it. If I am put the greater than sign here. So once it was equal to, it was representing the x values which are distance of 3 unit from 2. Now if I replace the equal to with a greater than, that means now I am looking for those values of the x which distance from 2 is more than 3 units, right? So that means any values which are on the right hand side of the 5 and any values which are on the, let me use the another color pen so that it will be easy for you to understand. Any value which are greater than 5 or right hand side of the 5 or any value which are at the left hand side of the minus 1 is going to satisfy this condition, because guys, I know that if the points are on the 5 or minus 1, these point distance are at the 3 unit from the 2, right? But I am looking for distance of those points which are more than 3 units, right? So that means any point after 5 will be at a distance more than 3 units from the 2. Similarly, any point on the left hand side of the minus 1 will be more than 3 units from the 2. So for this statement, I am getting that x is greater than 5 or x is less than minus 1. I hope so that it is clear, guys, to all of you. So let me remove this part so that I get some space for further calculation. Okay. Now guys, they are asking that what is the minimum possible value of mod x minus 3.5. So guys, mod x minus 3.5 is representing what, guys? Please try to understand. Let me draw the number line quickly. We know that my possible values is from the given condition, the value will be greater than 5 or less than minus 1. So let me draw the line here. Here 5 is not included now, that's why this way. Similarly, 0 is minus 1 is not included like this way. These are the possible values, permittable value, you can say that. Now guys, they are asking about the x value from the 3.5. So 3.5 will be somewhere here guys, near to 3.5, near to 5 from here. Now they are asking the minimum possible value of x minus 3.5. Mod x minus 3.5 is representing the distance of any point from 3.5. So guys, 3.5 here. X value can be from here to further. X value can be from here to further. If I am taking any point which is, as I am looking for the minimum value, so I have to find that what can be the minimum point, what can be the point which distance from 3.5 is minimum, right? So guys, try to understand, if I am taking this point here, right, the distance between these point is, these 2 point, 3 point, this point from the 3.5 is this one. If I am moving further here, then the distance will be from here to here. If I am moving further again, from here to here. So you can see that as much as we are moving close to the 5, the distance is decreasing, you can see that, So that means the minimum possible distance from the 3.5 will be approximately, equal to 5 minus 3.5, because the point which is very near to 5 will be at the minimum distance from the 3.5, right? So it will be 5 minus 3.5, it will be 1.5. Similarly guys, as x value is not only permittable on the right hand side, it is also permittable from here also. So I have to also check for this part also. So let's say guys, I am taking any value here. So the distance from 3.5 is here, big distance, right? If I am moving further here, the distance from here is here, from 3.5. If I am moving further, distance is decreasing, right? You can see that it is decreasing, fine. So if the point is very near to minus 1, it will be the most nearest distance from the 3.5. So I can assume that if my point is very near to minus 1, then we can find out the minimum distance of 3.5 from this portion, right? So minimum distance will be how much? 3.5 minus of minus 1, right? It will be how much coming guys? 4.5. Out of these two values guys, which one is the smaller one? 1.5. So as we are looking for the minimum possible value, so the left hand side value will be how much? 1.5. Very near to 1.5 guys. No, it is not accurate to the 1.5 because we cannot take the x value as a 5 because it is greater than. If it was given equal to, then we can go for the 5. But very near to 5, 5, so that's why very near to 1.5. It is better to write not equal to, it is better to write approximately equal to. Similarly here, right? Similarly now guys, I am going for this case, minimum possible value when of x from 1.5. So now guys, I am taking the another value quickly. The concept will be same guys. So this is 0. So 1.5 will be here somewhere. Let me take it as a 1.5 here, right? And the permissible value for the x from this one is coming that any value greater than 5, not including 5, any value less than minus 1, not including minus 1. Now guys, again the same concept, as we are looking for the minimum distance of 1.5 from x value, right? So for the right hand side, if I am choosing any value which is very near to 1.5, very near to 5, it will be at the minimum distance from the 1.5. So let's say if I am approximately choosing a value point which is approximately equal to 5, a distance from the 1.5 will be how much guys? It is 3.5 approximately. Similarly guys, if I am choosing any value which is very near to minus 1, its distance from 1.5 will be how much guys? Approximately I am choosing a value which is very near to minus 1. So distance will be how much guys? 1.5 minus of minus 1. So approximately it is coming how much? 2.5. So out of them guys, which one is the minimum one? You can see that 2.5 is the minimum one. So approximately it is coming as a 2.5, right? Now guys, you can see that right hand side is coming bigger than the left hand side. So quantity B is greater. So my correct answer is option number B. I hope so that it is clear to everyone. Okay guys, I have solved this question for the minimum value. You will solve this question changing this minimum value to the maximum possible value for both of them, right? Minimum, just replace minimum with the maximum, and write your answer in the chat box or in the comments. I will check it and I will definitely give a feedback on that. Okay guys, thank you. See you in the next class. Thank you.